Hello, you guys. Okay, so this is kind of a chill video. It's chill, but y'all are gonna be mad at me. So this is definitely probably going to go to my unlisted playlist. I'm 10,000% sure this is going to my unlisted playlist because I am ready to make a video that's gonna make everybody mad. And I know that I'm not allowed to say these things. I'm pretty sure like 99.9% of these things I'm not allowed to say. So we're going to say them anyway. We're just going to pretend that we know I don't know how to be politically correct. But I thought this would be a fun conversation to have. Hey, what's up? Look, y'all are going to be happy to see me initially, but I feel like nobody's going to be happy I made this video. This is why this video is going to my unlisted playlist because I know this needs to be on the unlisted playlist. But the premise of this video, I've talked about this before on my channel, and I'm sorry, y'all. I probably should have changed my avatar for this. Um, I've coined this term, the rise of the rejects. And there were a couple of things, I'm not gonna lie. It was a black woman that made me want to make this video. And basically, she has an entire channel. I thought about whether to do like a sit down video on her videos, but I decided against it. I decided against it because it's a sensitive topic. And I was like, No, I can make the point without discussing, even though she was my inspiration. But basically, she has an entire channel that talks about her low self esteem. She talks about how she's never going to have kids because nobody wants to have kids with her. She talks about how she's never going to have a relationship because nobody wants to have a relationship with her. She talks about how nobody ever wanted her, how she's never been the pretty girl, how blah, 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 blah. She talks about a lot of stuff. And when I was listening to her, I was thinking to all these Black women I watch on YouTube who present all different kinds of ways. And even women who have her same phenotype but are like married and expecting a baby. So for me, it was really fascinating how one woman who looks very similar to another woman feels she's hopeless, nobody likes her, she's not pretty, blah, 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 blah. But another woman is like married and having a child and happy and living her best life. I just thought it was fascinating. And it got me thinking also about the men. There are men on YouTube where it's kind of like the same way. I'm going to try to look at your comments. Oh, you know who I'm talking about, Christine? Well, we won't mention her name. I don't know why YouTube recommended me. Probably because the algorithm panders to negative content and like her whole channel is negative. It's just like her basically complaining about her life. Um, and it got me thinking about men who they do complaining too. Like they were never wanted, the girls never picked them, blah 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 blah. And look, it's not that I'm insensitive, y'all. I understand that there are privileges that come with being attractive, being tall, being smart. But actually, I want to use being smart for an example. None of us, for example, y'all just walk with me here. Don't turn on me yet, okay? None of us would normally criticize the fact that intelligent people go further in society. Nobody would argue that being retarded, like mentally retarded, right, should be like we should petition for mentally retarded people to run nuclear facilities, or we should petition for mentally retarded people to be president, or we should petition for mentally retarded people to run Fortune 500 companies, or we should petition for mentally retarded people to write textbooks. Nobody would argue that, right? But mentally retarded people can't help that they're retarded. They can't help it. A dumb person, most dumb people, like genuinely dumb. I'm not talking about people who just don't want to learn or but people who are incapable. They're simply incapable. Now, try to follow me here because I know this is going to be triggering for some people. Other things are like that too. It's not just about intellect. For example, everybody is not born, y'all. I know I'm treading the borderline here. Everybody's not born attractive. Everybody's not born equally attractive. They're simply not. Now, beauty is in the eye of the beholder to a point, to a point, but there's always going to be somebody more attractive. And honestly, as I hear of some of these things, I'm like, a lot of this is your self esteem because I have definitely been told that there were attributes of my physicality that people didn't like. This has happened to me, but it didn't stop me from like being realistic about the fact that I'm cute. You know what I mean? Like I didn't make a YouTube channel dedicated to all the people who rejected me, okay? I think at some point when your self-esteem is so low in the flipping dirt that your life becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It just does. If every time somebody doesn't like what you are, you start to feel some kind of way, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And honestly, for me, okay, here's a perfect example because I know everybody, people get in their feelings. Here's a perfect example. Right now, getting a Brazilian butt lift and having one of those big old bulbous butts is considered attractive. I personally don't think that that's cute. Now, if I were to go to, say, Atlanta, where having a fake body is commonplace, somebody will look at me and be like, "What's wrong with her body?" Right? Because I'm 100% natural. So somebody might look at me and be like, "This bad bodied heifer." Now, am I going to have low self-esteem because that in that particular setting, my personal phenotype is not attractive? No. That's not gonna affect how I see I still know what I look like. I own a mirror. Do you know what I mean? Me not being the preferred type in a certain environment is not gonna stress me out, but I don't have low self-esteem. And what I really find is that a lot of people who have lost in life, they're losing in life. And it tends to be really young people. And what's interesting is this particular woman who inspired this, she's just turning 30 years old. So all of her stories that she tells are like from high school and like her 20s. And I'm thinking, like, you were like a whole kid. You know what I mean? Like, honey, we're not going to base our whole life theory on what happened in high school. But there's a lot of men on YouTube who do the same. Like, the girls never liked me in high school when I was in college. It's like high school and college are barely actually life. Like, you're literally barely not a child. So, surely we're not going to base our entire self worth on high school and college. But a lot of people do. And I have found that YouTube has really given rise to people who are rejects of society to complain about that. And I know I'm not supposed to say this. I know I'm not supposed to say it. But personally, I find it rather annoying. And what I find it annoying because it invalidates real conversations. It really does. So okay, can I talk about some trigger stuff? Y'all go ahead and tell on me. Find your mommy, find your daddies, and you guys tell on me if you want. I'm going to talk about something. Dark skin, okay? So, I'm going to pick a dark skinned woman, Serena Williams. A lot of people say that she's dark skinned. I know it's up for debate. Some of you guys may not consider her dark skinned. And they will say that people don't find her personally attractive because her skin is dark. I don't think she's pretty. And it's not because she has dark skin. It's because she's not repulsively ugly, but like without the money, I think we could all come to an agreement that she's not cute. Okay? She's just not. Now, she's very fit, she's a tennis player, her body is extremely athletic, but she's not pretty. She's not ugly, but she's not pretty. For us to act like somebody might not be attracted to her simply based on the fact that her looks are below average and then blame it on her skin color, I think that's problematic. Because just because somebody has dark skin doesn't make them attractive. And there are many dark skinned women who are attractive. But you know what I find out? When these dark skinned women who are attractive are called attractive, then people claim it's because they're not a true dark skinned person. Their features look a different way. Maybe their nose isn't big enough, blah, 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 blah. But then if you point out that Sudanese models who have wide lips and wide noses are considered to be extremely attractive, many Sudanese women are very attractive, then it's because they're exotic black. So then the question becomes, is it that people are discriminating because somebody is dark skinned, or is it that people are discriminating because some dark skinned women aren't attractive? Just like some white women aren't attractive and some light skinned women aren't attractive. Some people are just ugly. They just are. And it's okay. Like the world, everybody's not cute. Okay? Men. I see so many men running around talking about women only like tall guys and the tall men and the 6 foot thing and the women only like this and that. Look, if you are a man who is 5'4", no offense. It looks funny. It is funny looking. I can't lie. Like, we're not going to sit out here and pretend like a man who is 5'5", 5'4", 5'6", 5'7", y'all. I'm 5'2", but even it's borderline. You look a little weird. Now, does that mean you're a horrible person? No. But I mean, yeah, there might be some height discrimination there, and maybe it's not fair. Maybe it's not fair for you to be a short, little, tiny thing. Maybe it's not fair. I know I shouldn't make this video, y'all. This is why it's going to my unlisted play. I know that I shouldn't make this video. I know I'm not supposed to say this. I'm supposed to pretend that none of this matters and I'm supposed to be like, you're so pretty. I hate that. I hate when we validate people when we know that we're full of crap. But whatever. So a little man is 5'5", 5'6", and he's tight because people aren't really into little tiny female sized men. I'm sorry. Most women don't want to be eye to eye with the man that they're dating. That's why tall women have such a hard time dating. They're so tall, they're the size of men, right? So imagine being a regular size little tiny woman. You don't want a little teeny tiny man. It's kind of like those trucks. You know those trucks, they have the regular size pickup trucks and then they have those pickup trucks where they look like pickup trucks, but they're like the size of a car. Don't you guys find those trucks weird? I never understood why anybody would buy a pickup truck that is the same size as a Toyota Camry. It's like, how? Why would they make that truck? I don't understand. But look, it is what it is. Life is not fair. I shouldn't make this video. I just wanted to make this video. I just wanted to go on a. We always talk about such serious things on this channel. Let me look at your comments before I continue. I know y'all are turning on me, aren't you? Is it oh, Omi Ma said no. Well, maybe that's because Omi, because are you Model S? Because some people, like tall women, are viewed as Amazonian or like Model S, like model size. But little tiny men aren't viewed that way. Little itty bitty teeny tiny men. Plus, Omima, you're 5'11", but they make men like 6'4", 6'5". They make some tall men out here in this world. Now the question, Omi, is are you gonna date a man who's 5'5"? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. That is all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Now, look, I could come for everybody, and I guess my point is this: if you have a weird personality, Like if you're a weirdo, some people are just weird. I don't know why some people are socially awkward and weird. I don't know why some people like even though they're trying to be nice, you're like, dude, you're weird. Some people are weirdos. And a weirdo is going to have a problem dating. I I look, I don't know what to say. I don't think that you should have a whole channel, being pissed off at women or men because you're a weirdo and like nobody's vibing with it. Like look, everybody can't win. Let me tell you, this is not kindergarten. That's all I want to say. Like life is not a kindergarten class. In a kindergarten class how everybody gets an award. It doesn't matter if you were 10 minutes late, and like everybody reached the finish line and you came in 10 minutes after, like everybody gets a sticker. Everybody gets a gold star. Everybody gets a reward. This is not kindergarten. This is life. And in life, everybody doesn't get a reward. It just doesn't. And while I sympathize, like I feel bad. Like I honestly like it's not fair. People don't do anything. Look, people are graced with so many qualities that are simply genetic and they've done nothing to earn them, and yet society loves them for simply existing. And that is not fair. But newsflash, life is not fair. It's not fair. It is not fair. And like this equalizing sort of like the rejects of society just coming forth to complain, I find it really annoying. I know I'm not allowed to say that. Honestly, if since I'm not fat, ugly, bald, and weird, I know I'm not allowed to say this because it's super offensive if I say it. But I think it just has to be said. I just don't support this reject culture. I do not support the culture of rejects and losers in life ranting on YouTube and starting movements and whining and complaining about the fact that it's not okay to be any kind of way. And I'm also sick of people who are average. Like you're just average. At this point, it's not even like the rejects of society. It's just regular schmegular average people. It's like, okay, you're not stunning. You're not a supermodel out here. But like, who is a supermodel? They wouldn't be super models if something wasn't super about them, right? So why are you out here whining and complaining because a prettier woman walked into, a restaurant and more people were attracted to her than you? Why are you out here complaining because a taller, more intelligent man gets more women than you? It's like this is like what? Here's what I want to know. And I'm not saying that stupid people or socially awkward people or ugly people, even for that matter, do not deserve to procreate. But I'm just saying, what do you want out of the world? Do you want a world just filled with like ugly dumb people? Am I is this what we're going for? Where like we're just not allowed to have any standards because the existence of standards means that somebody's going to be left out? Hmm? I'm 5'2". I'm not offended by people who only want to date people who are like the size of models. I'm not 5'9", 10, or 11. If somebody loves model sized women, then obviously at 5'2", I'm not going to be for them. But I'm not going to dedicate my YouTube channel to hatred of short women. Like, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, people don't like competition because a lot can't successfully compete. But the thing is, you know what really I think it is people don't want to date on their own level. That's the problem. Like all of the men in the manosphere who are complaining about women, what they're really mad about is the hottest, most attractive, most eligible woman didn't want them. And it's like, so you don't want to deal with an average looking woman, but you're ticked off because the hottest woman on, in the school or, in your job or like at the lounge or like in your church doesn't want to date you. It's like maybe date somebody that's on your level. How about that? Like pick pick that. Why do you have to have the hottest woman in the room? Like, is it that nobody wants to date you, or is it that you don't want to date the people that want to date you? I just don't know. I don't know, but I just get tired of all of this is why people who try to lower the standards of the collective, this is why they're able to make so much money. Because the losers of society want everybody to lower their standards. This is just the reality. The losers of society want us all to lower our standards so that they can have access. And like honestly, the standards are what keep the genetic pool solid. Like I know I shouldn't make this video. I know I shouldn't make this video. I know that everything I'm saying is inappropriate, but like really, the standards are what keep the human race. The standards are what keep humanity ticking, okay? We can't just do away with the standards. Like some of y'all don't need a mate, maybe. Like if you're that dysfunctional, look, if the only way you can get into bed with somebody is to drag their standards down into the pits of hell, then maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's a sign that you don't need anybody. Lancelot said, I won't date over 200 pounds. I can't. I can't do it. Am I not allowed to say this? I feel like I'm saying a lot of stuff I'm not supposed to say right now. I feel like I foresee videos being made. Like, did you hear what Irene said? Irene said, I'm just saying, like, everybody can't win. Everybody's not a winner. The word winner would have no value if everybody won. Do you know what I mean? Like, for there to be winners, there have to be losers. That just is reality. It's just reality. And here's the thing, because the concentration of losers exists, y'all can date each other. You can be together. You can be together. But what's really sad is when people, because here's the thing, you have people who do exceptional in life, you have people who are in the middle, and then you have losers, right? So people who do exceptional, people who are middle, and people who are losers. What I find is that the people who are in the middle, because they are not part of the exceptional crowd, they start to categorize themselves as losers and start to relate to the loser's cause. And typecast, you know what typecasting is? Typecasting is when you embrace a role to the point that you can never opt out of that role. That's how people see you. And the person that inspired this live, that's what she made me think of. Like when I looked at her, I was like, well, you're just average. You're not ugly. There's nothing horrific about you. You're an average looking woman, and there's nothing wrong with that. But she literally, to hear her talk about herself, you would think she was some kind of Sasquatch monster face or something. You know what I mean? You would think she had, cystic acne. And look, for those of you who have cystic acne, I'm not coming for you. It's unfortunate, you know? But I'm just saying, you would think that she was just the nastiest, ugliest creature to ever walk the earth when you hear her talk about herself. You would think that she was some kind of man repellent or something. And I'm looking at this woman and I'm like, you are an average looking woman. You're the girl next door. Okay, so obviously, if an extremely attractive woman and you are in proximity, most people are going to gravitate toward her. But that doesn't mean that you're a monster face. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, if a 6'4" man with a beautiful face is next to you and you are 5'8", clearly more eyes are going to go to that tall, statuesque, attractive man. But that doesn't mean that you're a complete and utter loser at 5'8". It doesn't. It just means that you're less attractive than the next person, and that's okay. Look, everybody's more. Let me tell you something. Here's the thing we never talk about. Even attractive people are less attractive than somebody. There are very few people at the very tippity top of the shelf. Everybody is less attractive than somebody. The thing is that some of us just don't fall into a deep depression and create whole YouTube channels surrounding the fact that somebody else is better than us. Like that's the only difference. I know I know I'm saying everything wrong. I know that I'm saying y'all don't look at me differently, okay? Look, love me for all the facets of my personality. I just have to get this off. Okay. Look, the voice said she actually likes short, stocky men. The voice, I'm gonna tell you something. I like a chubby dude. I hear so many dudes on YouTube talking about like, I don't like, women don't want, a fat dude or a chubby dude. I do. I love a chubby dude. My first boyfriend ever in life was like a teddy bear. I literally dated him because he reminded me of a teddy bear. He looks the same way today. Very handsome face, cuddly. Oh my gosh, y'all, like call me a fat chaser if you want. I don't like skinny men. I do not like it. I don't like muscular men. Like, bumpy, lumpy, like hugging a bag of rocks. I don't want to hug you and you feel like a bag of rocks. I personally don't find that attractive. I like big men. But I don't want my fingers to touch when I give you a hug. If I have to look up at you and get on my tippy toes for a kiss, and I can't wrap my arms around you and interlock my fingers or have my fingertips touch, that to me is perfection. But there's a lot of chubby dudes out here who are in like y'all just feel rejected by life and it's just like oh my gosh, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your self-esteem is so in the flipping gutter that if anybody did genuinely like you, you wouldn't recognize it. You would think some game was up with it. You would think they were, after something else because your self-esteem is in the trash. You know what I'm saying? And you could say that for any demographic of person. Skin color, weight, height, all of that. I hear people out here complaining, and it's just like, look, part of it's true. Some of y'all are just losers, but part of it is you guys are just actually mad that you're not the most attractive person. That's what you're really mad about. You're upset that the majority of people don't find you attractive, and you won't feel validated until the majority of people find you attractive. My question is, do you want to be what the majority of people find attractive, or do you want to find a person where you like, that's their thing. Okay. Now, Mr. thinks he has a type, but I'm going to tell you something. Based on all of his exes, I am his type. Okay. A little short, cute chick is his type. Okay. A little, big breasted, teeny tiny chick with a small nose is his type. When I look at his exes, I'm like, oh, okay, you have a type, and I am that type, and that works for me. Okay. When he goes and looks in the mirror and he knows that's exactly what I like. I would much rather that than be some cookie cutter, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, because you're not everybody's flavor, you're out here, oh, woe is me, and society and like men's standards and like women's standards and my skin color and my eye color and my hair is not right. It's like, but somebody is going to like that. Most people who are in the middle, like I said, some people are just losers. Like there are some people and you're just not going to win. Like you're a weirdo. Actually, I knew a couple that was like that. They were both weird. They were both weirdos. They were both socially awkward. They got married, had a very happy marriage. I mean, they were weird, but they got each other. And they had a daughter, and the woman died of cancer, unfortunately. And they were the cutest couple to me. I did not find either of them attractive, but it didn't matter what I thought because they were able to have a happy family. And honestly, losers, this is what you need to do. You need to know, like, you're never going to genuinely possibly get with the top echelon of humanity. And that is fine. All you need to do is find the person that loves you. I know I'm not supposed to say this. I know that, y'all. I'm putting this on my unlisted playlist. Y'all can immediately expect this video to go unlisted because I'm not even trying to make fun of any. I'm being serious. Like I mean this with all sincerity. I'm not like honestly, no cap. I literally mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm just trying to keep it real. I'm just trying to look. I'm just trying to say. I feel I just feel like I'm not looking at your comments because I'm afraid of y'all, but I just don't turn on me today. Don't y'all don't turn on me today. Look, in the same way that I like a chubby dude, for my big fat women, if you're big and fat and you have no control over what food you want to eat and stuff. Look, there is a man out there. Look, Cynthia G, I blame her. She had me watching whatever person that she was just talking about. I was watching her videos where people were like ranking smash or pass. First of all, women, why would you guys engage in a smash or pass contest? Men will, like, most men will have sex with almost anything. So I don't like getting smashed if you have a vagina is like the least of your concerns. Somebody will smash you. Okay. So I don't even understand women participating in smash or pass conversations because honestly, your vagina affords you penis because men are very liberal with themselves. Okay. Women are far more picky than men will ever be. So I don't even understand a woman engaging in anything like that. But on one of them, because I think she did two videos, on one of them, there was a big girl. This girl literally was the size, okay, the smallest girl in the room. This girl was like three and a half of her. Okay. She was a big girl. And almost every single man picked Smash. Okay. Literally the biggest, fattest woman in the room. I was actually really surprised out at this. Look, these big girls are out here winning in the world. So why do we need fat acceptance? Like, look, everybody doesn't like a fat person, but some people, myself included, love a fat person. Like, we will cuddle you, we will kiss your rolls. We love y'all, okay? Love y'all. Your cuddly asses are loved, okay? You don't need to hate on us skinny people because there is a lane for your fat ass. Like many of us love you. I'm telling you, I have a genuine love for a cuddly man. I mean, and that love is genuine, okay? Like a whole fetish out here. I love a cuddly man. And there are men that love cuddly women. So y'all don't need to hate on the skinny chicks or the chicks with a cute little shape. Look, you stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane. Look, we can all just stay. I'm not, look, I'm dead serious. I just want to say I'm laughing because I feel like I'm saying things that I know I'm not allowed and not supposed to say. I'm not laughing because I'm not serious. I'm laughing because I'm getting a little hot and I'm feeling a little clammy because I feel like technically speaking, I'm not supposed to say that. I'm supposed to say that fat women's bodies are equally as beautiful as a fit woman's body and that short men are equally desirable as tall men. But y'all, I can't fake the funk. It's not true. But it doesn't have to be true universally because everybody has a type. Everybody has a type. Everybody has a type. There are some people who will look at you or look at me and be like, that is literally the look that I like. I like that look. Okay. Somebody's going to look at me and go, look, big eyed women with little noses and large chests who are tiny is my type. and I'm gonna win out here every time. You'll never be able to beat me if that's their like I'm a win every time I walk in the room. Be like, oh my gosh, there's a teeny tiny woman with big old eyes and a big chest. She wins. And then if somebody's type is a woman with a big giant butt and a 19-inch waist, I'm gonna lose because that's not my body shape. I'm shaped like a pea. You know what I mean? I'm top heavy and short. But look, I'm not mad at the big booty bitches. Look, y'all get yours, I'll get mine. Look, we can coexist. Look, it's a beautiful world out here. Look, and then the ugly people, y'all can win too. Look, ugly people, here's the thing. If you're truly ugly, you have to understand that, okay, I'm going to just keep it real. Literally, I was watching something and the person was so unattractive, like I was unable to I was like eating on something and I had to like stop eating because it was like ruining my appetite. Look, some people that's them, okay? And I'm not saying that you are going to ruin somebody's appetite, but you might. The thing is that it's okay because your personality can compensate. You just can't expect that it's going to be normal for a very ugly person to get into a relationship with an attractive person. It's just, that's not, look, it's not the norm. So you need to be willing to lower your standards to something that makes sense for you. Look, I'm trying not to look at the comment section, but I see laughy faces. Y'all stop laughing at me. Like I'm trying to have a real serious conversation. I knew I shouldn't have made this video because honestly, I just wanted to have a real conversation. I was like, I wanted to talk about it. I felt like it was not going to be well received. I thought people were going to come for me. Don't laugh at my commentary. Like I'm trying to keep it real. Like I'm not trolling. I am not trolling right now. I'm serious. I These are my genuine beliefs. Okay, all opinions expressed are genuinely how I think. Look, I can't stand y'all. Honestly, I can't stand any of you guys. I mean, I am shaped like a pea, and I'm not mad at it. I mean, my butt's not totally flat, but in comparison, my tatas are bigger than my head. So yeah, I'm very pea shaped. And look, I'm not. I look. I. You know what? It is what it is. There is a whole sector of men who literally love my body shape. They go crazy for it. Literally freaking nuts. They think it's the best thing ever. Okay, ever. And then there's a sector of men, and it's just, I'm not their vibe. There's some women out here who literally have no breasts at all. Y'all are flat chested, okay? You look like you are permanently stuck in puberty, but you have big old bulbous butts. And there's a whole sector of men who like flat chested women with big butts. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, different strokes for different folks out here. I don't have time to coddle people, and some of y'all are just ugly. Look, you know what I don't like? I don't like so colorism. All right, I'm gonna say something. Look, don't get mad at me because I just want to jump back to colorism again because I picked on everybody. Let's go back to colorism. When an ugly dark-skinned woman, people act like she's cute. That's not fair. Okay? There are a lot of beautiful dark-skinned women. All dark-skinned women aren't attractive. All white women aren't attractive. Let me tell you, most white women aren't attractive. If you go to Europe, oh my gosh. Have you guys ever looked at like British people? They are universally unattractive, like really grotesquely ugly. But look, here's the thing. We invalidate beauty because we have such a negative view about a feature, we act like it's not desirable. Like when people say that big lips aren't attractive, what are you talking about? Ugly big lips aren't attractive, but pretty big lips are attractive. Look, let me tell you something. Ugly is ugly and pretty is pretty, okay? There's no attribute that's just not attractive across the board, okay? Big eyes are attractive, but those big eyes that bulge out of people's heads, what is that? Who is that comedian? That, you know what comedian I'm talking about? He did the voices for Bebe's kid. Wait, he did a stand-up comedy show for Bebe's kids. He's dead now. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? He had big eyes, but his eyeballs looked like they were protruding out of his head. Look, there are good big eyes and there are weird looking big eyes. It's not that big eyes aren't attractive, it's that everybody's big eyes aren't attractive, okay? Okay? That's all I'm trying to say. That's all. Look, it's not, look, some people, it just went left for them, and that's okay. Look, it's okay, y'all. It's okay. Y'all don't have to make channels dedicated to the fact that you lost the genetic lottery. This is not, we don't need to do this. It's not going to help you. It's not, look, no matter how much validation people pretend to give you, if you are ugly, you are just ugly. You are just ugly. If you are 5'5" and a man, you will just be 5'5" and a man. If you don't go get yourself a 4'11" woman and live your best life and stop stressing over the women who don't want to rock with a man that's the size of a small child, then I don't know what to say. Like, what do you want? What do you want out of life? This is all I want to know. I don't want to sit here and pretend that things that are not attractive are attractive. I'm not going to do it. Now, everybody else can do it. Y'all can all sit around here and try to validate people's unattractive looks. I'm not going to do it. I just think that y'all need to get over yourselves, okay? And just face up to reality and just look. Okay. I've been wanting to make this video, y'all. I really wanted to make this video. I like, but this particular YouTuber's channel who will go unnamed, it just pushed me over the edge. I was over the edge with it. Only because, only because she is pretty. She's not, okay, she's not pretty. She is average. You know what I mean? And what I mean by average is she's not ugly, but there's nothing particularly striking about her either. Okay? You know how some people are average, but they have really beautiful eyes or they have a really nice body. Some people are average, but they have pretty hair. Some people are average, but they have a sparkling personality. And then you have people who are average and like nothing about them stands out. Like everything about them is basically like, oh, blah. It's like gray. She's that kind of average. You don't look at her and want to spit up your food, but you don't go, oh, look, her eyes or cheeks or nose are so adorable. You don't do either thing. She's just literally the definition of average. And somehow, even though she's not ugly, she managed to build an entire channel complaining about how ugly she was. I mean, the whole channel is just her waxing lyrical about how she's a reject of society. And I'm looking at this lady and I'm going, what are you talking about? If you're a reject, it's because you're so flipping negative. Who could ever get past it? Now, there is a woman who made a video, bless her heart, and her video is titled, I Wish I Was Beautiful. This is a different woman. There is a woman who made a video, I Wish I Was Beautiful. And she was ugly. And I do mean she was ugly. I mean, she was ugly. She said, when people tell me I'm beautiful, it makes me mad because they know I'm not beautiful. And I was looking at her like, girl, I feel you because you are ugly. You really are ugly. Like, she's just, her nose had bumps. She had noses on her noses, not because it was big, because it was lumpy. Light skinned chick. Y'all, Google it. When you watch this video, it broke my heart because I was just like, can you imagine being born looking like that? That sucks. And she seems like a perfectly sweet woman, but she is ugly. However, this particular YouTuber with an entire channel dedicated to how she's a reject of society, she is not ugly. She really isn't. Now, she's not pretty. She's not beautiful. She's just an average woman. Like, how like when you watch a movie, they have people walking on the street and then, and you don't notice their faces. She's like that. If you put her in a room full of people, You probably wouldn't remember that she was there. But she's not ugly. You know, like you're not so repulsive nobody would marry you. You're not ugly to the point where somebody would question having you give birth to their children because the kids might come out looking funny. And yet she has this channel. And I was thinking to myself, maybe this is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like maybe your self-esteem is so low that you have lost sight. Like maybe you have appearance dysmorphia. You know how you have like body dysmorphia where you think you're fatter than you are or skinnier than you are? Maybe she has appearance dysmorphia. Maybe her appearance, maybe her self-esteem is so low she's lost sight of what she actually looks like. I'm like, I don't know. Do you see what I see when you look in the mirror? Because I don't really see anything wrong with you. But maybe standing next to somebody who is pretty or who does have beautiful, a beautiful nose or a beautiful smile or, a bomb body, maybe she does feel ugly. I mean, I just don't know what to say. Look, there's somebody prettier than all of us. But you certainly shouldn't let your self esteem crawl into the recesses of the gutter simply because God dared to make somebody more attractive than you. Like, y'all got to get over yourselves sometimes. I just don't understand it. Oh, is that what it's called? Let me Google it. I'll tell you if that's what it's called. Is it called I Just Want to Be Pretty? Let me look at it. Because honestly, it broke my heart. She's so sweet. Let me look at it. Is that what it's called? Now, she's a truly unattractive woman. Yeah, that is what it's called. It's called I Just Want to Be Pretty. All right. Now, she's not repulsive. She doesn't look like she has a disease or anything, but she is unattractive. And let me tell you, if she made that YouTube channel, let me just put it out there. If the chick that made the video, I Just Want to Be Pretty, had she had a YouTube channel dedicated to how poorly she was treated because of her physical appearance, I would sympathize with her channel. But this chick that I'm talking about, girl, you're just a regular schmegular looking woman. Ain't nobody, look, if somebody has rejected you, it's because you exude low self esteem. And that's what I want to differentiate between people who have a genuine reason to realize they're at the bottom of the totem pole versus people who are just tight and in their feelings because they're not at the top of the totem pole. Look, everybody can't get the sticker, but that doesn't mean that you are like Sasquatch out here. That does not mean, look, you got to wash the makeup off at some point. Look, makeup is a special thing. Where's that one TikTok lady that got famous? Somebody was telling me about her. She got famous because she has no teeth and she's really ugly and she looks like 80 years old. But then when she puts on makeup, she looks like your standard, white chick. Look, makeup has got to come off sometime. I'm not a proponent of wearing um, a bunch of makeup. Like, I think we have to be comfortable with like going outside without makeup on. Because, some of us get so used to our face with makeup, we can't even like leave and go anywhere, makeupless. So, I guess if her face was beat, but, look, don't discredit this woman. This is what I'm talking about. See, y'all love people so much. This is black people for you. You guys will try to uplift anybody. Look, I'm for uplifting people, but I'm also for being realistic. No, we can't uplift people and be delusional about it. Okay. Some people are really ugly. And it's like if you have a little retarded child. Think about it. If you have a little retarded child and this child barely can count to four, okay? And you go telling him he can be a mathematician. It's like, this kid cannot count to four. This kid is retarded. Why are you telling him he's going to be a mathematician? He can't even do one, two, three, four, no less add up some stuff. And you know that black people, this is how we are. We will gas somebody up into a whole delusion out here. We will gas people up. That's why you have literally drunk, stinky, filthy men on the street who will still try to approach you. It's like you're homeless. What the frick are you doing? You have men out here with all the confidence in the world. And it's like, why are you so confident? What the tight because you didn't respond? No, I'm not gonna respond to you. You look like you fell out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ladies, we know what it's like to go through the world. You just walk down the street, you just want to go get some tea at the tea house. You're just trying to go and buy some hair ties for your hair and getting all this unsolicited conversation that nobody wants. It's like, why are you talking to me? Did you not assess my physical and realize that you and I don't have any conversation for each other? When you saw me, did it not occur to you that you were shooting way above the clouds and over a rainbow and into Jupiter and Pluto somewhere? You're off in outer space. Be happy that we shared the same space and time, okay? Because it's questionable about you and I even being on the same street at the same time. No less you hitting on me and me even acknowledging that you're a person and exist in the world. And I'm gonna tell you guys, men, when women completely ignore that you even exist, when you're clearly speaking directly toward them, that's what they're thinking. They're thinking, what are you smoking? What what drugs are you on? Why on earth would you ever imagine in a bajillion years that I would speak to you? Like, I know that we're both here. I know that I'm here and you're here, but that doesn't mean that we have to interact with each other. This happens. And it's the same thing. You have a big, 400-pound ugly lady, her nose is on her cheek, her eyeballs are lopsided in her feelings because a beautiful 6 foot tall, chocolatey, cuddly man doesn't want her. It's like, look, sweetie, no, he doesn't want you. And that's okay. It's okay. Look, sometimes, look, we all live on Earth, but we all don't have to, mate and procreate with each other. That's all I'm saying. Like, I know that we're all on the planet together. Okay. But that doesn't mean that we always, like, everybody's not going to want everybody. Look, everybody's not for everybody. Am I making any sense? Do you guys think I'm just mean? Look, you know what? Because people are quick to call you a mean girl. And I'm not trying to be a mean girl. I'm just trying to keep it real. Like, I don't know. Look, people are prettier than me too. People are thinner than me. People are younger than me. People have bigger eyes than me. I think I'm winning, in a lot of departments. Some of y'all aren't going to touch me, but in other departments, people got bigger butts, but I'm not tight. Look, I don't have a whole YouTube channel dedicated to the ills of, big booty women because I don't care. You know what I mean? But like literally people will make whole channels dedicated to how somebody likes something that they're not. It's like, look, okay, okay, girl. I mean, look, okay, you have men out here still talking about the high school cheerleader that didn't like them because they were a weirdo who gave them the creeps. It's like maybe if you stop being weird, like you still are weird out here. You got channels obsessing over women and stuff. Like that's weird. That's why you don't get any women because women pick up on weird vibes and ain't nobody out here trying to get, kidnapped and held hostage in somebody's basement. Stop being a weirdo. You're giving, stalker, gonna throw you into the back of his truck, got, a cage in my basement. You're giving the vibes. You're giving the vibes. Okay. I'm just having fun. We're definitely sending this to the unlisted playlist because somebody's going to misuse and abuse what I've said. Somebody's going to be triggered. Look, it's going to be one of you weirdos that are triggered. I'm just keeping it 1,000. Like, you guys can sit out here and pretend if you want. Okay? You guys can pretend if you want. I'm going to say this. I'm going to give some unadulterated facts. At some point, around 5'9", 5'10", men start looking weird once they're shorter than that. Like literally 5'9", 5'10" is like on the cusp. It's on the cusp. Once you get 5'7", 5'6", 5'5", 5'4", goodness forbid, 5'3", I know y'all are out there. You are tiny. My hands and your hands are the same size. It's weird. The majority of women won't like it. But they made women under 5 feet. They made some women like 4'10", 4'11", and those are going to be the women for you. If you're very short, you might have to move on to the little people arena. But the point is, you can have hope. Okay, just don't hope that the average woman is going to like it. And that's not because women are horrible people. It's because, unfortunately, you're weirdly small. Okay, it just is what it is, and I'm sorry. Okay? It just is what it is. I want to unequivocally say that Serena Williams is not pretty. All right? And I really wish we would stop putting the fact that people don't think she's pretty on her dark skin. That woman is not horrifically ugly, but she's not pretty. That actually irritates me when people say that she's pretty. It's like, what are you talking about? She's not. She is not. You know a dark skinned woman that is pretty? Here on YouTube, I am Aloho. She looks like a baby doll. She literally looks like a doll. Do you see what I'm saying? One dark skinned woman's pretty, the other dark skinned woman's not pretty. It's not universal. I want to say that skinny men, you men who look anorexic, y'all are not attractive. Not to me. I mean, nobody wants to cuddle with a bag of bones. Your ribs and elbows and knee bones are poking into people and stuff. Like, that's not fun. That is not fun. And I know the stereotype about, bags of bones and, their bone, but like, is it worth it really? If their hip bones are going to be poking you all in your buttocks, do you really want to be bothered? I just, I just, look, everybody can win out here. I'm gonna stop. I am going to, y'all know what I'm talking about. There are some universal truths out in this world, okay? There are some universal truths I think we all can agree on. I'm just a proponent for us to not be out here playing make believe in this world. That's all I'm saying. I just, I just want us to all pretend that we actually know what's going on. Can we just move back? What year was it when we stopped keeping it real? Can we go back to, what was it, in the 70s at some point? Was it the 70s where we all just stopped keeping it real? Like once we got into the 80s, we all started pretending. Can we go back to keeping it 1,000 so that these flipping rejects of the world can get the heck off of YouTube with their toxic YouTube channels? Like, I would prefer if when these people were on their epic rants about the unfairness of their weirdness and ugliness not being accepted by the world, that we could just tell them, like, get over it. Gosh, you reek of a low self-esteem loser. Like, just let it go already. Like, please let it go. Like, I don't care that the high school, cheerleading captain didn't like you. Shut up. Okay. Shut up. I don't want to hear your loser sob story of life. Is it just me? Is maybe I'm just an insensitive, horrible person. That's probably what it is. Honestly, I'm just probably entitled and insensitive and horrible. And feel free to call me all those things in the comment section. Okay, first of all, let me say this. Do not pick on my patron because she is absolutely adorable. She's cute. Cute. But you may think that about her, which is why you said that. Do you see what I'm talking about? The disingenuous nature of people and their projection? See, if you have the audacity to tell somebody, oh, she might think that about you, it's because you think that about her. And this is the disingenuous stuff that I'm talking about. Like, you might think that. That's why it came to your mind and didn't come to my mind. And that's what I'm talking about, the fakery of people. Fake. Deep down, deep down, y'all are fake. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm literally talking about. No, Lori, I'm telling you, you exposed yourself because the fact that you spoke the words says what you think. That young lady is a whole child out here. How old is she? Like, I think she's 22 or 23. She's like a little kid. A little kid. Okay. In my eyes, she's younger than my eldest child. But you have some opinions. And that's what I'm talking about. It'll be these people that pretend to be allies. They pretend to be allies, but their commentary lets you know what they really think of you. What they really think of you. Don't use me to put her down. Do not use me to put her down, okay? Why don't you put your picture up? Because you don't even have a picture while you're talking about somebody else. Why don't you put your picture up? Let us critique you. Why don't you go to your profile, put your picture up so I can highlight it on the screen and we could talk about what we think about what you look like? How about that? How about we do that? Because that young lady is too sweet and polite to drag your underhanded, backhanded comment. Because me personally, if I had something to say, I would just say it, like I'm saying this to you. But why don't you put your picture up so I can highlight it on the screen and then we could pick you apart and we could decide if I'm talking about you rather than you stepping to somebody on my page and tell them I'm talking about them. Why don't we look at you and I'll tell you if I'm talking about you? How about that? Instead of you insinuating I might be talking about somebody else, why don't you throw your picture up while you're walking around here without a photograph? And we'll talk about if I'm talking about you instead of you trying to play the bully in my chat box. Like, don't do that. Especially not with one of the younger people in my chat box. Like, what is wrong with you? That is absolutely crazy. No one type. I'm not. No, I've been wanting to make this video. I really had. But I told you I didn't think I can make this video because I felt like people were gonna get in their feelings. I'm gonna keep it real though. I only think people that are truly horrifically ugly are in their feelings, okay? Only people with low self-esteem are in their feelings. That's the look. Because I'm not in my feelings. I'm not in mine. I don't know. But with that said, a video chat, y'all don't play with me. Are y'all really going to come up here? Because I will put the link in the chat. Okay, if I put the link in the chat, who wants to have this conversation? You can come up here and tell me that I'm a horrible person. Put a one if you think I should put the link in the chat. If you just want to come up here and tell me I'm a monstrous, insensitive person, you can do that. I'll totally, I'm open to hearing you drag me. I'm open to hearing you drag me. Okay. Nobody's going to come up here though. Hold on, let me see. Lori asked why I'm so triggered. I'm triggered because you're rude. You're rude. And she's a young woman and it's uncalled for. Like, we don't bully people over here. That's what we're not going to do. You could speak your mind, but use yourself as an example, okay? You want to make an example of somebody, Lori, make an example of yourself. But don't pick out anybody in my chat, especially not one of my members, and try to make an example out of them. That's why I'm triggered. Is you don't have a picture, but you want to make an example out of people. That's why I'm triggered. Like, that is some coward stuff. We're not going to do that. That is what we cannot do, my darling. If you want to make an example, I made an example out of myself in my commentary. You make an example out of yourself. Okay. Now, y'all know you're not coming up here because every time I put up my link, y'all never come up here. The only time anybody comes up when I put up my link is during my chill sessions. But this is kind of a chill session. Night, Kevin. But this is part of a chill set. This is kind of like a chill session because this is not a heavy topic, y'all. Don't take it not seriously, but don't take it too seriously. Oh my gosh, I feel like no matter how low I turn my air conditioning, it just always needs to go lower. But I have to be careful because I have one air conditioning temperature system that runs the whole house, and the house is 3 stories. So if I make it cold enough so that I feel comfortable on the third floor, then the people on the first floor are like literally in an ice box. And it's so frustrating. The only part of my house is the middle floor. It's the only floor that has like decent temperature. Everywhere else is either too hot or too cold. I'm like dying, y'all. I need to get some water or something. Bo Diddley said they're scared to challenge me. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm going to put the link in the chat one more time. And if nobody comes up, I'm leaving. And we're just going to say that I was right. Okay. We're just going to send this quietly to the unlisted playlist and we're going to pretend like this live never happened. Okay. No, we're really going to put it on the unlisted playlist, but we don't have to pretend like it didn't happen. I feel like this might be far too, 65 degrees? Nah, that's way too cold. That's way too cold. Oh, heck no. Mm-mm. 65 degrees is super cold. Nobody's trying to do that. That's like winter time. Why would you want it to be winter time in your house? Unless you must be one of those people that sleeps under a whole bunch of blankets. But I won't want to get out of bed. Like if it's that cold in my house, I could sleep under blankets, but when it's time to get up, like nobody's trying to get up and make moves in 65 degrees under an air conditioning. No. No, 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 no. Nope. What 65 degrees is perfect, Nancy? What in the world is wrong with y'all? I thought we were tropical people. I thought anything under 70 degrees would have us freezing and pressed. Oh my gosh, Christine said 65 too? What? Honestly, I'm shocked by this. I'm shocked that so many people, blanket gang, really, Brandon, blanket gang. I can't stand you. Oh my gosh. 60 degrees, Luna. Y'all are tripping. Under 75, I start to feel really chilly. 75 is like really pushing it for me. But 65? Alicia, wait, you too? Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad this live wasn't on the temperature of our air conditioners because I clearly would have gotten drugged because y'all are on some other stuff with the 65 degrees. I cannot believe this. Moonstone, really? I cannot believe that. Yeah, it is always cold in the city. That's true. That's true. That's very true. It is always cold in the city. Okay, well, I think we've established that nobody's coming up here to agree or dispute anything that I've said. So we will just take this live. We'll send this live over to the unlisted playlist. Okay. We're going to leave this live on the unlisted playlist where it belongs. I'm pretty sure I've insulted everybody at this point. I insulted myself. I said I was shaped like a pea. I insulted many of you. I insulted random people out in the ether. I just everybody's been everybody's been insulted on this live. So I think we've accomplished the mission. Now we can move on to have positive, non-BS conversations with each other. I'll talk to you guys later.